Hello. Hello. Welcome, my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanyo, your Demon Cinephile, and we are coming back to Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. Yeah, sorry for coming in like half an hour late. I had to walk the little girl, little Coco. I had to give her a quick little walk, and it took a little bit longer walk. I wanted to give her one more walk just in case we didn't go back out later tonight. It gets really dark here, and I think as I went straight in, I didn't go into details because I'm not sure if I want to. But it's getting kind of a little creepy where we live, or at least some people are acting a little bit weird. So yeah, we don't really want to try to stop going outside really late. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, last night was a really good night. Me and Mama Hanyo, we went to go see Passenger in the back rooms. I love them both. I have issues with them, but I thought they were really good. I was hoping to try record reviews for those earlier, but it was a little too noisy, so I couldn't really do it. Sorry, I'm trying to focus here. I did see the PlayStation State of Play. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of the videos. I know about La Fey. I know about Wolverine, and there's a Rayman coming. So I think I'm just gonna watch it all. Like I don't think I'm gonna do a live stream of it because I'm not sure if I want to do a live stream of it. But I will record my reaction, and I'll probably upload that as like a super big video. I might cut out some corners though. I might edit it down just a smidge because from what little bit I do know that was revealed in those during the State of Play, the only thing I'm really interested in is the God of War and the Wolverine. I know there's Rayman. I think they did some new stuff for the Silent Hill, and I think there's Until Dawn. But I might just edit down to stuff I really want to do. I know there's other God of War videos PlayStation have posted. I'm not sure that's the part that's in the State of Play, so I may just watch those as well, just to have more stuff in the super big video. I'm not sure when those 3 videos are gonna come out. I was hoping to try to record tomorrow, but I may have to leave out tomorrow. So I might just do those on the weekend. I might do them on the weekend. And then I don't know. I don't know what my schedule's kind of crazy. Had to go to the dentist early this morning. That's one of the reasons why it took so long. Not took so long, but like my schedule kind of got F for the day because it just took so long. There's like 3 different people ahead of us. I've been a bad little demon. I had little issues on my teeth, and I'm in a little bit of pain too because of it. So I'm learning my lesson. I'm learning a bit of my lesson. I gotta go back tomorrow. Then, like I said, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So my recording schedule is gonna be a little bit iffy, but the streaming schedule should be fine. Sorry about that. I hope you didn't hear that. Yeah, but let's just start the game right now. Let's just start the game because I'm not sure how long we can record because my throat is stream. Because my throat is feeling a little bit. I'm always getting sick and not feeling sick, especially my throat. My throat will. I'll wake up one day, my throat feels like it's all icky and painful, like I'm sick or something, but I have no other symptoms. Then it either gets worse the next day or it instantly gets better. I don't know. I don't have an immune system. You guys know that already. But yeah, oh no. Also yesterday was the awesome the Vampire Lestat concert, which I did not get to go to. Thank you, Iota. I don't care. I do care, but I mean, I do care that I didn't get to go to the concert, but I'm glad other fans got to make it to the concert. What game is this? This is Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. It's a vampire, a visual novel. And like I said, if we're talking about vampires, the Vampire Lestat concert was last night. Was not able to go because I was not given a ticket. But I did post it, so I'm gonna watch that later. I might watch it once with Mama Hanyo, and then I'll do a reaction to that. Or I might just do the reaction first and then watch it with her. I'm not sure I want to do it because it's so cool. I want to watch it on the big TV and not on the mini laptop that I have. Yeah, but let's start the game or novel. I mean, I do have choices, so technically it's a game. I mean, but there's no gameplay. I'm just clicking the button. Me visual novel fans do not care about gameplay. We care about the story and the CG. It's a 19th century style office. Classical, wooden, smelly. The stuffy air of books, old furniture, and dust covers much of the fragrance of decay, but not all of it. This is the first time I've seen the remains of a vampire who has met final death. I heard stories of really old kindred crumbling to dust, but that's an exaggeration. At least it didn't happen here. Hello, Demi. How you doing tonight? We're doing more Vampire the Masquerade. When kindred die, time catches up with them. If you off me right now, I'll probably turn into an ugly, leaky corpse. But Callahan was well over a century old. It's like looking at a dapper mummy. A desiccated body in a heap of musky clothes. All that is left of the mighty boss Douglas Callahan, Anarch Baron of New York. If that's really him. Needless to say, it might be a little hard to establish the time of death or the cause, especially as his garb doesn't have any obvious damage. You're sick, that's why. Oh, I'm sorry. No. You get better. You get better. That's the most important thing. Take your Dayquil or your NyQuil, depending on what you're doing. Take your pills. Take some vitamins and get lots of sleep and eat lots of soup. Soup, water, and tea. Don't drink sodas. Don't follow my lead. I'm a bad example. Unless you have a sore throat, then drink a little bit of soda just to make you feel better. What a great place to start. Have you already found anything suspicious? Nothing you don't see in front of you. Uh-huh. This door is the only point of entry to the room, right? Yes, unless you count the windows. But nobody except for Callahan knew how to operate those. And they don't let air or light through. Aw, thank you, but I wanted to watch you. Aw, thank you. Thank you, but make sure your health is more important. So if you need to turn your phone or tablet or computer off and close your eyes for a little bit, please do. Metal blinders on the windows facing east. The only modern element of the room, sticking out like a sore thumb. They look automated. Automated? Was the door open when Toruk got here? Sorry, taking a drink. Well, that's one suspicious thing. It wasn't. It's as if Callahan locked himself in from the inside. A closed room murder, huh? A closed room murder. It's a Umineko reference. No, technically it's what's her name? Agatha Christie reference. But it feels like an Umineko reference. He was killed by Beatrice. He was killed by the Golden Witch. There's some glass scattered on the floor. I point at it. Could that be from the window? I checked it from the outside. It's in perfect condition. So, what's this glass? I have no idea. Why does it seem like she has her suspicions, but is remaining uncooperative just because, oh, fuck off, Carmelia scum. You're a bit better now, so don't worry. I'll say, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I checked the next point of interest. A wall safe. Surprisingly large. I play with the lock a bit. What's the combination? It's Callahan's. What makes you think I know? At least I tried. A desk with nothing but an envelope on it. Nothing inside. I checked all the drawers. Every single one has been thoroughly emptied. I don't know what I expected. Is this how the anarchs go around securing crime scenes? Were these empty before Torok arrived? I don't know, but I wouldn't accuse him of tampering with evidence if I were you. Well, thank you. The decor of the room is pretty minimal, so there's not a lot of points of interest that could illuminate the case. I start getting nervous. I point at the painting on the wall. Of course, you have no idea who that is. Callahan's ancestor, I guess. I'm all ideas. Everything I look at feels like another dead end. I'm frustrated. I feel as if I failed this investigation before it even started. There must be something more. I start walking around, trying to find a single clue. Mia just watches me indifferently. Give me anything. Anything, god damn it. Anything. Any... Oh. That was actually pretty effective. That was actually pretty effective. No loud jump scare, just a good transition and a little eerie noise. That actually freaked me out for a second. That was a nice little subtle, I don't know, I would say subtle, but a toned down scare. Good job. A shadow blinks in and out of existence near Callahan's remains. If I freeze in place, no, I freeze in place. Yeah, don't say anything. I'm afraid to speak up, so I don't startle whoever or whoever that was. You done here? Doesn't seem like Mia noticed it. Give me just a moment more. She groans under her nose and goes back to messaging someone on her phone. When she does, the shadow appears again. Once again, blink in, blink out. Could something be there? I approach the clothes and start searching them for a clue. Maybe they missed something. Getting desperate, huh? Just being thorough. We searched the bastard like 3 times. He has nothing of interest on him. Really? Are you sure about it? Then how about this? How about this? A small, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list is shoved. A small card, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list, is shoved deep into an almost invisible hole in the fabric. I take it out and show it to Mia. Huh? You didn't plant that there, did you? No. Did you? Shove off. What's on it? is a list of 4 names: D'Angelo, Hope, Agathon, Tamika. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! 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 Those are the names of the characters that. Those are the names of the characters from the from the game that happens before this one. Cortez of New York. Cortez of New York. So I know D'Angelo. I can't remember who D'Angelo is. I can't remember who D'Angelo. No, I think D'Angelo was the Nosferatu. Hope was the weird cyber vampire who was trying to do. I can't remember what she was trying to do. I think they were trying to make like AI Skynet, but for vampires. Agathon, I think that was a magician vampire. I did not play that route. Then Tamika. Tamika was like a what? I can't remember what clan she's a part of, but she was like a wild vampire or something like that. Any idea what this is about? Beats me. She's lying, but I don't care. Tomorrow night, I will meet up with Kadar and ask him to help me figure it out. Think I'm done here. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Guess she sees me as nothing more but an enemy agent. When will I get to meet with Turok? If, and that's a big if, he will agree to meet you on a 1-to-1 basis. Catherine will let you know. He probably won't let a loyal Camarilla lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway. A Carmelia lapdog, huh? It's a risky play, of course. It might backfire, but maybe I benefit if I put my loyalty to the court into question. Not worth it. No. I'm back-mouthing the Carmelia. I'm back-mouthing Prince Panhard, but I'm so loyal. I can't. I'm talking about. They will kill me if I speak up too much, but I gotta do it. A Carmelia lapdog, please. Well, aren't you? Trust me, I'm not the type who bites the hand that feeds her. But the court's favorite pastime is leaving me starved. Ah, so it's like that, huh? Yeah. You're on a track to achieve a rare feat of developing an actual personality. What the hell is that supposed to mean? And what trait did we develop? I'll check that in a second. We'll check our journal in a second. After we get to the option menu. Yeah. She studies me carefully. I will. Keep that in mind, depending on how the situation unfolds. Good. In the meantime, have a good night. You too? It's getting late. Or early, depending on how you look at it. Once I leave Callahan's office, I head straight to Dakota's apartment. I try to sneak by to my bedroom, but she's up waiting for me. How was your night? I forgot what voice I was trying to give her. How was your night? How was no? How was your night? No. I'm stuck at trying to do voices. How was your night? Shit. Tomorrow? What happened? You look like something the cat dragged in. Tomorrow, I promise. But I'm worried. Don't be. Tomorrow. She gives me a concerned look, then closes her eyes, slumps her shoulders, and frowns. All right. You're the best. I reach my pitch black room and throw myself on the bed. Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened to Rec Room? Rec room, rec room, rec room. No, I don't know what that is. I don't think I know what that is. Wait, what's the rec room? Was that game? That place? The responsibilities, the stakes, the way I always feel too slow to react properly in these situations. I don't want to think. I want to turn off my brain. I want to drift into the void. And trophy. Oh, accidental PI. Put your journalistic investigator background to good use. Into the void. Into the void. Into the void. And we had no choice but to rest. It was a game that got shut down on June 1st. That sucks. I never heard about it though. Yeah, I hate when the online games just get shut down. I don't play a lot of online multiplayer stuff. I was playing Marvel Rivals for a little bit, then I heard they're using a lot AI, like AI into it. Like, I know all games technically use AI, but not like the cheap junk crappy stuff. So like I kind of quitting that for a little while. I do occasionally I play Dead by Daylight. I want to try playing that more of that. I know. Yeah, damn. Okay, why did it shut down? It sounded like it was doing pretty good. Because I know the Vampire Masquerade, the series we're playing right now, I know that had a online game. I played a few sessions, but by the time I learned about it, the game was already closing. And now that we're here, let's check out the diary entries. Yeah, go. Unread. I didn't read any of these? All right, we got. Let's check these ones out real quick. The Masquerade. The systematic secrecy of vampires built to conceal our world from humankind in order to protect us. Essentially, the Masquerade is our shield against the fear and ignorance of human beings. Make no bones about it, if the vast majority of people ever learned we exist, we would be hunted to extinction. The Camarilla, the big boys and girls. Excuse me 1 second. The largest vampire sect I know of plays well with mortals, or rather plays mortals like a fiddle. Manipulative and rigid in structure, almost feudal, really. There's a prince involved, no joke. Heavily invested in maintaining the masquerade and other so-called traditions, which help with the two previous points. The clan, a vampire's family tree, specifically those sharing common blood. Imagine everyone who's your blood relative. Everyone you can picture gather around the table at Christmas, all sharing the same strength and afflictions. Might be hard to visualize when you come from a big family, but you're still probably only picturing a few dozen people, maximum. There are hundreds of vampires in any given clan, maybe more. I know I read all these last stream. I know I read some of these. I know, well, some people weren't here. If there's some new people, I'll just read it. I'll read them. Clan La Sombra. That's us, the Night Clan. Other kindred call us Masters, Abyss Mystics, or Turncoats. And that's what, if they want to drive home the fact that many La Sombra switched sex in recent years. Yeah, read them. Okay. The way Karen told the story, we used to be the brains behind the Sabat, a pretty nasty group working in opposition to the Carmelia. They since left for the Middle East for the most part. but a sizable chunk of my clan opted out and changed sides. Traditionally, we were entrenched in the Catholic Church back in Europe, but not for mystical reasons. Our path was that of coercion and puppetry, so pulling the strings of important religious leaders was just a means to an end. The Night Clan is also borderline Dorian in their philosophy about embracing new members. The shittiest period of my life was fully orchestrated by Karen in order to see if I was good Lansombra material. They do not care for losers who just take it lying down. Then there's the dark. I'm still coming to grips with it, but apparently shadows aren't just absence for us too. Absence of light to us. They're openings into some kind of hell, and we can wield them or even use them to contact the dead. The downside, we share a classic vampire feature, and that we don't really have clear reflections. This also transfers to not playing well with cameras, and by extension having issues dealing with technology in general. Final death. For mortals is defined as the total cessation of all biological activities. But vampires, being undead, face two moments of dying. The first, when their mortal life ends. A second, final one, when they truly cease to exist. Usually involves rapid decomposition of the body, up to and including turning to dust if you're old enough, as if time has finally caught up with you. Court. The kindred hierarchy of rule. Basically, feudalism by another name. You have a prince at the top, primogene beneath him or her, a sheriff who also answers to the prince, and so on. Matters are handled as secret sanctuaries called Elysiums. Note, this structure applies at the city level. Beyond that, the Carmelia's organization gets absurdly Byzantine. Scourge. A very unpleasant person whose sole task is to hunt down vampires who are born wrong. Oh, locally, that mostly means thin bloods, subordinated directly to the prince. Nautism. The religious belief and studies pertaining to the origins of... Hey, Coco. Hey, baby girl. Don't break the microphone. The religious beliefs and studies pertaining to the origins of kindred and myths of Cain, the alleged OG vampire. Elder. A few centuries of unlife will net you this big kindred milestone. An elder is only considered an elder after outlasting his or her fellow vampires for roughly 200 years. By then, they will have learned the rules of the great metagame of Jihad, the vast hidden war waged for ages between the ancient undead. Elders are the chess makers. The rest of us are only the pieces, yada 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 yada. The Second Inquisition. The philosophy of the war on terror applied to us kindred. Somewhere along the way, some deep state assholes decided the way to handle the existence of vampires was to treat us as terrorists. Yet, the agents waging these operations against us often have no idea what the hell is going on, because some intra-agency of collaboration created to hunt us down doesn't tell anyone anything unless it's need to know. Among kindred, the term is most often abbreviated to SI. The Anarch Movement. The loosely organized set of political outsiders opposing the modern Carmelia-dominated paradigm. They seek to end the tyranny of the elders, but from what I've seen in NYC, they just replaced the one hierarchy with another, more loosely defined. Baron, a powerful anarch, basically a warlord. Barons are often jump licks who have strong arm their way into control over a building or even a city block. In NYC, especially in Douglas Callahan's case, it often seems surprisingly like a form of traditional governance to me. The traditions. The 6 traditions form the basis of modern kindred law. The first tradition is Masquerade. Thou shalt not reveal thy true nature. Don't let anyone figure out you're a vampire. Consider the most important of the bunch, but it's loosely interpreted pretty often. The second tradition is... Coco, you hit your head on the microphone, silly girl. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Thank you. The stop being the microphone. Yes. I love. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. The second tradition is domain. Thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. I am too much of a nobody to own a domain, so this one doesn't apply to me. The third tradition is progeny. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. Basically, birth control, but for vampires. No new bloodsuckers unless somebody, usually the prince, agrees to it. The fourth tradition is accounting. Those thou create are thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. If I fuck up real bad, Karen should face some consequences, in theory. The fifth tradition is hospitality. Honor one another's domain. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. In NYC, this is usually understood as don't hunt on somebody else's turf. But in a city that houses over 8 million mortals, enforcement of this one is pretty lax. The sixth tradition concerns destruction. Thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. The right of destruction belongs only to thine elder. You don't get to kill a vampire until the prince gives you the go-ahead, as Sheriff Kodar has the implicit go-ahead. The hunger. The vampire's urge to feed. It overpowers all other needs, and trying to ignore it is said to be the easiest way to prime the beast. The dark, always blood-hungry passenger that accompanies every vampire's unlife for a hostile takeover. No, that's the current definitions that we got. Well, the ones we got last time. I think there's a few more that it's gonna take too long. Go! Oh, this dog is climbing on the desk. She is on the desk. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's why she's acting all crazy. I put her ball on the desk. Is that why you're acting all crazy? That's why you're harassing me? That's what I'm being harassed by a 4-pound Chorky. That's why you're harassing me, because you want me to throw your little ball? You want me to throw your little ball? Get his ball. You bet she's the cute. She is. Darn it. That's why I forgot to do it earlier. I was trying to make a not PNG, a J, whatever they're called, of her, so I can kind of attach it to my head. All right, let's rest. Ooh, oh, we got another tutorial. This late in the game. Okay. Go up. You have received your first trait. Some choices in the game will push Julia towards different ways of thinking, which will have a lasting effect on her throughout the story. Okay. You will see a brief pop-up on the top of the screen anytime that you receive a new trait. You can always view any unlocked traits in the log screen accessed through the top left icon. Hey, real. Or top left. Oh, top left. Oh, Julia's trait. Loyal only to myself. Okay. Remember that ruthlessness is the mark of a true La Sombra, but you might walk another path before reaching that destination. Time for the next night. Anyway, told you make it big. Get real. These assholes are just using me as a pawn in some stupid fourth-dimensional chess game, as opposed to just keeping you off the chessboard. Don't be a glass-half-empty buzzkill. Watch them make me a scapegoat or something. That would be exciting. I could write a book about living with a 21st century Lee Harvey Oswald. Is this gonna be like a Life is Strange thing that I'm gonna have to argue and figure out if these two are going to be romantic or not? They don't seem romantic. They just seem like really good friends, but the art is drawn otherwise. Come on, don't even joke like that. I haven't killed anyone. Julia, honey, neither did Oswald. Oh, that sounds so interesting. I don't know yet. This part, because we don't really know anything about Dakota. Just that she was our friend before we became a vampire. And we're living with her as we go through all this crazy other worlds, secret hidden world business. Yeah, right, I keep forgetting. Stop wiggling or I'll mess your face up. Sorry. I'm always obedient when she's busy working on my makeup. It's hard to take care of your appearance, especially your face, when you can't even see yourself in the mirror. Not that I've ever been particularly good at it, but Dakota doesn't seem to mind. I'm her goth dress-up doll. Her presence in my unlife is one of the few good things that my sire provided for me before fucking off to Chicago. Normally I'd be told to find myself a ghoul, but many of our clan, myself included, find the idea of ghouls distasteful. A ghoul, what you get when you give a mortal your vampire blood without draining their first. An underling, a toady, a thrall. My clan doesn't really like to use them. Hell, Karen thought the very concept was beneath her and refused to explain it. We are cat people, not dog people. We don't want mindlessly faithful servants. We want companions who rely on us, despite having, in theory anyway, the free will not to. The kind of relationship I have with Dakota would normally be a breach of the Masquerade rules. But the rules are different for kindred, who are Carmelia adjacent. Even losers like me. Simplifying here, but my sire made it clear that her child would not own slaves, and that was the end of the discussion. To be honest, I think the court mostly agreed to that request because they want one more thing to blackmail me with, just in case. What would you do in my place? if I had to investigate your elitist wrongdoings? Yeah. I probably look for those rich fucks, pedophile rings. Look for the assholes who mention pizza suspiciously often. See who has powerful friends in Manhattan jails. Stuff like that. Oh, come on. Nah, I'm serious. Search for the deep rot, and a lot of the smaller crimes will get solved in the process. Not technically bad thinking, but you gotta get all people. You gotta get all people. Besides, we're not mind readers. This isn't like the Vampire Chronicles. We're not the vampire Lestat who can just read the thoughts of any mortal he pleases, find the evildoers and drain them dry. What is with you and conspiracy theories? What do you mean? You just told me your bosses are having eyes wide shut parties, and suddenly you don't believe in rich people's pedophile rings? When did this game come out again? I think like 2019. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. My point is, you act as if all the conspiracy theories are real. Like, you can't possibly believe all of that shit. Half of it doesn't even make sense. Girl, you're a vampire. The moment you know vampires are real, almost anything can be possible. Well, you want an interesting answer or a real answer? The real answer should be the more interesting one. She removes her brush from my face to gather her thoughts. Everyone's lost nowadays. Just look at the world. It's drowning in facts that fail to cohere into a single convincing narrative or a story that resonates. The corporate media wants you to believe in imperial thinking, but it always fails to deliver moral or metaphysical truths. And the people desperately lack those. So what do? They turn to conspiracists. And suddenly they are able to navigate a world. And why is that? Because conspiracy theories give them emotional truths. And that serves as a compass. Is Bill Gates trying to insert satanic microchips into my body? Probably not. I hope not. Now, is he a terrible person? No idea, but there's an ample evidence that might be the case. Is it his ruthless business strategies? The companies he used to keep? The philosophy he follows? People look at him and they feel he's fishy. So when the media presents him as a genius or a savior, and I post that he wants to put the mark of the beast in my body, they choose to believe me. Because it makes moral, emotional, and metaphysical sense to them. And ultimately, that's what matters the most. The end. Oh, I think I get it. Nah, don't buy it. Actually, I really love what she said. A lot of what she said just makes so much sense. But seeing as we're a reporter, a bright young reporter with a point of view, I don't buy it, like, at all. But since it's you saying it, I will just say it's cute. See, it's cute. It's cute. Good enough for me. You came up with this monologue yourself? Oh no, I read it on Facebook. Darn you, Dakota! Oh, figures. But just to make sure, vaccines are okay. Well, as far as I know, they don't cause autism. Oh, topical. We're getting topical. Well, I guess this is that was more topical when this came out. That rhetoric is still there, but it's gonna die down a little bit. Gotta go yell at my mother for giving me shots as a baby. No, if I didn't get enough shots, I would have been a normal person. I would have been a normal person who doesn't obsess over monsters and novels and games. Darn it, her. I'm joking. I do not believe any of that stuff. Good to hear. Anywho, I'm done. You're the best. Yeah, considering how many times I've done makeup on a dead body, I probably have enough job experience to be a mortician by now. And that sounds like an exciting career, but in reality it's probably the most boring thing under the sun. Yeah, I like my corpses talkative, pouty, and self-loathing. Shut up. This carcass will be leaving now. It's got a job to do. Go get him, tiger. Okay, yeah, it's romantic. It's romantic. It's romantic. You do not say, go get him, tiger, to your platonic gal pal. You do not. You do not. First thing I need to do, meet up with Kodar tonight and report to him. I hope he knows how to guide me out of this mess. He should have time for me in an hour or two. In the meantime, I suppose it's time to find some... What was the most dehumanizing word I could use here? Nourishment? Kodar told me I need to quench my hunger less often if I didn't smoke. It kills you, he said. But to start killing itself, your organism must pretend it's alive. And that uses up precious vitate. Vitate. A vitae or viti? I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. An ancient term for blood. In my experience, rarely found outside of the dusty textbooks and pompous Carmelia speeches. But I love cigarettes. The way they smell, the way they burn, the hot ash falling from the top, the sound of the lighter. The way they kill you, of course. And I guess I need some tactile connection to who I was back when I was alive. Okay, New York City. Guide my steps. Show me which one of your children I should drink up tonight. Oh, we got choices. We finally got choices. We got three potential dinners. Diva's Delight. A fitting name for a kiss addict. Auditions enough. A fitting name for a kiss addict. Audacious enough to openly pitch her unique taste to those in the know. I'm not in a clubbing mood, but since I need to feed, might as well give that rumor a shot. A slap on the wrist. Samira is asking me to meet her, if not for the ongoing celebrations. The partition would prove an odd choice. For a secret Here is hoping she can provide some useful insight to the case. I know that dumb word. Bunny as a reporter. The note left at my old dead drop point reads, Bunny as a reporter. Shit, could it be Woods? Long time no see. What does one do when the ghost of Christmas past knocks on her door? Okay, so we have plot, we have side plot, and we have dinner. We were just talking about eating, so it's probably best to sate our appetite. No blood, no matter how exquisite, is worth suffering through this noise. Something terrible must have happened to the previous DJ. It had to be sudden and unexpected for them to hire this amateur under the wire. Zero ability to read the crowd, no sense of flow, as if that constant flashing wasn't migraine inducing enough by itself. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the clubs. Now that I remember how an ordinary headache feels. I know the hunger, though, which is why I'm here tonight. A purple-haired girl bumps into me, head down, tears flowing down her cheeks, hands trembling as much as I understand it. I don't think it's the guy at the turntable that made her like this. Oof. Oof. Oh, I'm so sorry, She bolts before I can say a single word. Well, who am I to blame her? A tactical retreat probably felt like a good idea. The trace of cheap booze in every potential vessel is a faint but ever present at this point. The smell is all I'm getting. Come to think of it, I can barely remember how alcohol tastes. Vessel. Polite slang for a source of blood, usually bipedal. Maybe I should remind myself. Nah, that's dumb. But the bar is pretty much free of people at the moment. I get closer and take a peek at the drinks menu. These are some goofy fucking names, especially from a kindred's perspective. Order the Bloody Margarita. Order the Vampiro. Put the menu back. Oh, Vampiro sounds cool, but let's go classic. Let's get a Bloody Margarette. The bartender brings me a large glass garnished with cheap celery stick and filled with something that looks more like a veggie shot than a gin-based cocktail. I'm far from thrilled. Fuck it. Here it goes. I chug it down in one go. It tastes like canned tomatoes someone opened and left rotting for a decade. Something tells me I'm going to regret it soon. The music abruptly stops just as I step away from the bar. I can't see the booth, but the crowd's reaction tells me all I need to know. Looks like we have a new DJ. The vibe immediately improves. Hallelujah. But pleasant moments never last. Some well-worn dude on the wrong side of the forte decides to hit me up. Our eyes meet for a brief moment, slightly too late for me to outmaneuver him. Strangely, there's no lust in his gaze, and yet he seems like a predator, closing in on his prey. Shit. Could he be the rumor diva's delight? A kiss addicted addict? A kiss? Ah! Shouldn't have took that medicine. My mouth is extra dry. A kiss addict clocking me as a bloodsucker. How come you're here all alone, sweetheart? I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but there's something irksome in the way he carries himself. As he approaches me, I begin to feel fatigue. Like there was a sudden drop in atmospheric pressure. Just ignore him. Glare until he goes away. Tell him to piss off. My unsure voice thwarts any attempts at sounding imposing. Can you bother someone else? I'm not in the fucking mood. He seems unfazed by my words. Just tilts his head a little, like a hound dog catching a scent. I feel spiders crawling up my spine. Is the alcohol doing this to us, or is it because this guy's something else? Is there something wrong? Here, let me. Hands off, asshole. Potence twists his wrists. Dominant, make him go away. Ooh, let's flex our power. I don't think we've done that in a minute. I can barely focus on his eyes, but he freezes in place for a moment. Hey, Stallion, how about you go bother that guy? He struggles with my chaotic command and gives me an unsettling look. But in the end, he seems to do what I wanted him to do. He approaches some meathead who immediately turns hostile. The meathead's first punch breaks the guy's nose. I don't wait to see the second one. As if meeting the asshole didn't strain me enough, an accurate feeling rises in my gut, instantly making me nauseous. Ooh. Ew, something. Ugh. I feel like I'm getting sick now. I barely make it to the nearest empty lounge before I begin violently throwing up. For a minute straight, I spray the couch with the remains of that wretched cocktail. It's not a pleasant sight. I get a hold of myself as soon as my stomach empties. Shit, Julia, your life has more than its fair share of avoidable embarrassments. Is it necessary for your unlife to follow suit? Time to bail and not look back. Right before I reach the exit, the purple-haired girl from earlier bumps into me once again. This time, I know it's not coincidental. Wait, please. She seems startled, but gives me a pleading look. I saw what you did to that man. Are you one of them? What are you talking about? Who's them? She bares her teeth and taps the side of her neck. Oh, I get it. So you're the Diva's Delight. She blushes innocently, like I just caught her stealing cookies. Yes, it sounds silly, I know, but I thought it would attract some of, some of your kind. I always been told I taste good. Would you like to try? She looks at me the same way a junkie who hasn't had his hit for a while looks at a syringe. You know too much. There's no way you don't have a patron of some sort. Her eyes tear up again. I do, but maybe I don't. I don't know anymore. He shows up whenever he wants, then disappears for weeks. I don't even know his name. We were supposed to meet here tonight, but I guess he didn't show up. The girl keeps talking now that she has found somebody new to open up to. Any instincts she might have had to remain secretive is gone. Makes you wonder who thought it was a good idea to breach the masquerade for her. Before him, I used to have a caregiver. She was one of the divas too, but she was exceptional, noble. I think she cared about me, in a way. She always complimented the way I taste. Oh, is this the girl from one of the opening chapters of Cortez? Yeah, I think that was the girl Langley fed off of, and she had us feed from her too. Would you like a try? She clings to my arm like I am Jesus Christ and Kurt Cobain at the same time, descended from heaven exclusively to turn her misery to bliss. I can't help but feel some disdain. Please, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I know I won't be. I'm too hungry for that. But I also like to pretend I'm something better than hungry from time to time. Refuse, befret the girl. I mean, I understand wanting to have standards. I understand wanting your embrace, your meal to feel more dramatic, romantic, maybe a little homicidal. But we are feeling a bit sick because of the cocktail, so let's have a drink. The hunger gets the better of me, but somehow I don't mind. This is what she wants, isn't it? A quick look around. Nobody's paying attention. Why would they? We are just two random girls who seem to be into each other. I gently grab the back of her head and put my lips closer to her neck. She visibly trembles with excitement. As I bite down, her body softens. Then I drink, savoring each sip. She really tastes incredible, like an unfulfilled promise. Sweet, sweet innocence. As soon as I am done, she loses her footing, weakened, but undoubtedly relieved. I help her sit down on the floor. She smiles at me, joy glinting in her eye. Thank you. I really needed that. My name's... Don't talk. Just rest for a while. I leave her alone in this state of bliss. She doesn't seem to mind. It looks like I did the right thing. Right? I leave the booming sounds of the club behind me and get on with my night. Alright, so... Let's do the main story right now. Let's do the main one. A clean cut staff member dressed in a impeccable company uniform smiles at me as the elevator door opens. Good evening, ma'am. Meeting someone? I dismiss his question with an apathetic shrug. He sizes me up for a brief moment, visibly questioning my fashion sense. However, his professional acumen quickly trumps his discontent. Very well. This way, please. NYC's Novieks rich seem awfully hungry for gourmet soup. This late at night. The partition is packed almost to the brim. The concierge points me over to the last vacant table, conveniently situated in the far-off corner of the main hall. I nestle in the chair, letting my elbows rest on the ornate tablecloth. Watch out, of oblivious white collars. There's a black widow in your midst. Well, I'm here. Might as well just kick back and die of boredom. Yeah. How long is she waiting? I really need something to occupy my mind. Call the concierge. Figure out why Samira asked you to come. Have a smoke and examine the place. What should we do? Figure out why Samira asked you to come. Well, she's supposed to be meeting us, right? So, I guess we should wait for her. Call the concierge and just mess with him. Have a smoke and examine the place. Which one? Well, I don't want to promote smoking. I don't want to promote smoking. So let's mess with the concierge. A quick glance at the nearby grandfather clock momentarily stupefies me. Barely 10 minutes have passed since my arrival, but it feels like I've been sitting here for at least an hour. Enough's enough. I wave at the concierge, inadvertently making a scene. Might as well bring some much needed Philistine vibes to this place. Hey buddy. Yeah, you. The concierge quickly closes in on me, dancing habitually between the tables, and addresses me before I can even utter a single word. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you Miss Winsky by chance? As soon as I nod, he hands me a carefully folded memo and leaves. Oh, okay. So I guess this was the right option. The note reads: the manager of this establishment insulted the Carmelia's authority with his negligence. Even though it is minor, his transgression must be penalized. I would like you to assist me in this matter. Oh. Wait, is the manager a vampire? Or is he like a mortal who gives him money, like hush money or something like that? Such a display of goodwill on your part will surely improve your standing with the higher ups. Choose an appropriate non-lethal punishment. Samir. Well, this is disappointing. It was a high order to expect any help with the investigation. I guess instead, just another chore. The best I can hope for is that this really is just a friendly request and not a deliberate attempt to derail my work this early in the game. Damn it. Might as well get it done since I'm already here, so I can move on with more pressing stuff. I swiftly approach the manager and tap him on the shoulder. He furrows his brow as soon as he notices me. I'm afraid I'm busy. One of the waiting staff should be able to. We have something to discuss. The VIP lounge. Now, if you please. His face loses color. Maybe it has dawned on him that I'm even paler than the other, more blue-bloodied guest. He immediately becomes compliant as I escort him through a side door. The room isn't empty, but guests are just leaving. Nobody pays me any attention. The manager is as polite as he can be as he sees the patrons out. But I can see he's clearly losing his shit. He quietly asks one of his staff to give him 5 minutes in the lounge and gingerly closes the door behind him. Then the pleading starts. Listen, I know I screwed up. I shouldn't have let him in. How could I know he's not one of the proper clients? I don't give a... Listen. Hey, I would never, I implore you, I have children. For Christ's sake, there must be something, an arrangement, a way to... He just goes on as if I'm not even here. With each subsequent whimper, he becomes more and more irritating. Explain. Lash out. Explain. Just shut up for a goddamn second. My outburst finally makes him hold his tongue. I light a cig in the package and take a slow puff, trying to compose myself. I have no use for your explanations and justifications. I don't know what sort of transgression you committed. I should never let this Asan Sarkik guy in. And trust me, and trust be told, I don't give a shit. It will never happen again. I swear on my mother's grave. I'm not that good judge of character, but him pleading with his arms out really makes him look like the biblical wayward son, swearing to change his ways. Brand him. Let him off with a warning. I really want to know what it means by brand him. But Samira's note did say the least violent option, if I'm correct. So I approached him slowly with the nastiest smile I can muster. With my every step, the sound of his voice falters ever so slightly until all that's left is the ambience of the room and the main lobby beyond. Then I put my finger right in his face. This is your last fucking chance. If I ever have to come here again. As I show him a throat. Excuse me, I hope you didn't hear that. As I throw him a throat-slitting gesture, the faint scent of urine begins to spread through the room. God, Jesus Christ, if I could only see myself in the mirror right now. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, she doesn't have to smell. Like, her breathing is completely optional. I don't want to be here for a second longer. I take off. I realize how close I was to just ripping this guy a new asshole. Karen warned me that something in our bloodline finds sniveling weaklings detestable. Is that what triggered me? But that's a conundrum for another occasion. I did what I was asked, and now I sure as hell wasted enough time here. I should move on. Alright, it's about time I head to see Quadar. Mighty kind of him to arrange a meeting in the place that most convenient for me. D'Angelo, Hope, Tamika, Agavon. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. I kind of like that look. Hey, that's supposed to be us? Her hair is more purple, more raven than dark. That's okay. Putting you on pause. Where's that? There he is. What? making a quick snack for Mama Hanyo and Baby and Coco. So I have a minute, so let's read something. I suppose that's better than nothing, but no evidence, really. Honestly, it felt as if someone had already cleaned up the most egregious stuff before I arrived. Sounds like the Anarchs. Oh, I forgot. That's Kodara talking in the voice. Sounds like the Anarchs. Let's definitely try and check that place again, but I feel I need some sort of expert to accompany me. An advised investigator who would show me the ropes. Someone tall and handsome, maybe. Yeah. If you don't... yeah. I thought his voice looked deeper. Yeah. If you don't mind a diplomat. Instant. I'll go with you. Any better ideas? Actually, this very note gave me one, but I will need to set it up first. I will get back to you about that. You know these people. I have passing contact with each of them. Part and parcel of this job. You know. I suppose. Can you help me out with this? The way I tackle it would be look at one person on the list every night, ask around about them, and see what they know if you do manage to meet them. If I manage to meet them, they're not particularly easy to get a hold of. Always prefer to be a little off the grid. But nowadays, they're all practically in hiding, if not MIA or dead. Funny coincidence. It is not my job to speculate. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back. Taking another pause. Taking another pause. Okay, I'm back. Hold on a second, let me take my medicine. There we go. And the little girl is back with us. Not sure how long she'll want to stay. She'll get rowdy and want to jump down. And then sometimes she'll just go sleep and be so content in my arms. Alright, so where were we? Alright, we're talking to Godar about... As soon as I sit down, the controller disconnects. We're talking to Godar about D'Angelo, Hope, Tamika, and Log. D'Angelo, Hope, Tamika, and Agathon. Yeah, I'm not sure about Agathon because I never played his section. In other words, he knows something, but is not at liberty to say. Guess I'll find out anyway if I didn't meet them. And why one night each? Shouldn't I investigate every loose thread until we're satisfied? In a perfect world, you have all the time you needed. But this is not a perfect world. They'll try to brute force a solution to the case as soon as possible. I suspect that 4 nights from now, once the celebration of power are over, they'll ask for your findings, and that will be all. Fucked up. To be brutally honest, my focus wouldn't be on solving the murder. Instead, I focus on not embarrassing yourself. Fucked up. This is part of why I didn't want you to get involved. You couldn't possibly think Arturo had you involved out of the goodness of his heart. The entirety of your investigation is just for show. You are meant to be an unwitting actor. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Maybe I really should just call Mia and be like, you know what? Fuck these condescending ivory tower clowns. I want to work with you. But then again, if I was with the Anarchs, they probably delegate even shittier tasks to me. And that's a really big if, they didn't think I was some kind of inside agent in the first place. Better stick to the Carmelia. But if they're hell-bent on stabbing me in the back at every opportunity, maybe it's time to think about how I can repay the favor. Play dirty, no matter what Kadar thinks of it. After all, from where I'm standing now, there's no other way but up. A penny for your thoughts. I take a drag from my cigarette. I'm pissed off. That's just the Carmelia. No. Ooh. After the last few months of hazing, I didn't expect a random act of kindness. This kind of bullshit is, well, just how the Carmelia works, isn't it? More often than is necessary, I say. But this time, it's a risky play. In my experience, if one simply displays some cunning, they can unexpectedly turn a situation like this to their advantage. The court, part of the court, assumes that you're unable to surprise them in this regard. But if you do, by the end of this investigation, you might as well pull yourself out of the ditch you're in. You little rat. Why are you moving? Thank you for the kiss. You want to go back to the other room? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Oh, you're so pretty. That would be a night to remember. So, where should I go first? You should go with me. As it happens, I'm only out here because I was ordered to drive I'll Sing to the art hole. And guess the name of her protege. Oh. So that's who Agathon is. Or was. Nobody knows. It's a complicated thing. You'll see. I'm on the clock, so let's get a move on. Work your magic, fairy godmother. The game remembers that. Still not done with this bit. Not while still bothering you. I'm leaving you behind if you don't keep up. What voice did I give her? I forgot. As I already told you, Kadar, and numerous times at that, I have no idea what happened with Agathon. The Broadway Chantier, part of the Broadway Chantry, part of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs is Al Singh's usual hangout place. These past few nights, she's in a hurry and not willing to talk. Do you have any idea about his connection to Kindred going by the name of Tamika, D'Angelo, and Hope? I don't. I made a point to keep our relationship strictly professional one and never meddle in his personal affairs. Unless they influence our work, that is, but it only happened one time. Ah, yes. The infamous Juno case. About that Juno, were there any signs he's leaving? Was there any conflict between you two? Were there any signs he's leaving, or anything that makes his disappearance suspicious? No, nothing. It was quite rude of him not to give me a proper warning before he departed. Still, this line of work is not particularly favored by folks with a perfect grasp of savoir-vivre. I do hope his search will bring him back right where he started, begging me to take him back in. The boy is talented, and I did put a lot of time into mentoring him. If he doesn't, well, Kusara? No skin off my back. So you don't even entertain a possibility that he found himself in harm's way? I know an answer to that one. A researcher's mindset. She doesn't think it's worth considering the worst case scenario seriously and just takes things just as they come. Precisely. If, for example, climate change scientists didn't operate this way, most would have put a bullet in their own head long ago. Oh. Not gonna give that any personal thoughts. That's a cheery thought. I like to search the Centauri for Agathon's whereabouts. Our good sheriff already did that long ago. You'd just be wasting your time, and ours for that matter. Didn't you say Helening was waiting for us, Quadar? Give the girl 15 minutes, I'll sing. A minimal support for an ongoing investigation. And besides, she has a proclivity for finding things everyone else has overlooked. How does he know that? Have we solved a case before? Oh yeah, we were investigative journalists. He would know that. 10 minutes. If you attempt to pass this door or that one up there, I can guarantee you'll walk out here. I can't guarantee you'll walk out here alive. Thank you very much, High Regent. Just get on with it. Ooh, the swirling darkness of the abyss. My time here is practically up, and I found nothing of use. It seems like Yvonne was completely dedicated to his work. Even his personal quarters are as barren as it gets. No personal touch whatsoever. Nothing I could go by. It's all research, research, research. He seems like such a bore. Focus, Julia. What would you do if you were a warlock workaholic? Where would you leave clues to your whereabouts? What would you do if you found yourself in mortal danger and wanted Dakota to know? Aw, you think about Dakota. That's cute. That's cute. Oh God, it's back. It's back. It's loose. What was that? Yeah. It was facing this way, huh? I approached the palace. Palace? God, my brain does weird things. I approached the place where I saw the shadowy silhouette appear. It's a brick wall. And one of the bricks is loose. Quadir and Alsing are in another room right now, still discussing the party. It's not that bad. You have to learn how to find humor in the little things. It's demeaning, Sheriff. That's all there is to it. It's time. I work the brick loose until I can grip it. Then I tug it as silently as possible, revealing a hole in the wall. Inside, there's a book. I browse through it quickly. Agathon's diary. That's a bingo. What? Your 10 minutes are up. So are your 15 minutes. In fact, are you done here? If I could get just 5 more minutes, I still feel like I could stumble upon something. Here, if I just look a little more. No way, Julia. Time to go. Fine, fine, fine. I put the brick back and take the diary with me. It did look like Agathon left it so that someone in the how the fuck are you supposed to pronounce this? I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's gonna piss me off. Chanteri. Oh, Chanteri. Chanteri is a term that may have either 2 related meanings. It's supposed to be charity. A chantry service, a set of Christian celebrations for the dead, a chantry chapel, a building or a private land or an area in a parish church or cathedral reserved for the performance of these celebrations. Chantier. Chantier. Chantry. 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 Sound it out, break down the word chantry. So, okay, so you just basically say how you're supposed to say it. Chantry. 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 It did look like Agathon left it so that someone in the chantry could find it, presumably the High Regent. But my investigation takes priority for now. I bid Kadar and Alsing adieu and start looking for a secluded place to read the diary. Is the shadow still there? I don't see it. Whoa. There's another reuse image or from the Cortez. This place right here should be secluded enough for me to browse through the diary in peace. I start quickly, skimming the book, singling out sentences and paragraphs that look interesting, trying to get a general idea of what kind of person Agathon was. Or is. I hope. The more I read, the clearer the image of the person becomes. He's been working under the High Regent for 15 years. There's an underlying shame in the way he talks about Timir magic. He always describes himself as too slow on the uptake, too late to learn something, too much of an amateur. He was really into tying his self-worth to his wisdom. The entries beginning in 2012 are terrifyingly regular. The handwriting is extraordinarily neat. The author's absolute dedication to his studies is palatable. If there's anything to his life besides work, it's his relationships with the 3 important women he holds dear. The first is his master, Alcine Surbridge, whom he reveres for her knowledge, stoicism, and willingness to experiment. I was hoping to find some details about her secretive work here, but no dice. Looks like he was willing to risk someone finding all about his inner life, but not anything that could harm her studies. Well, I guess he really respects her. Or maybe it was love? Maybe it was romance? A good pupil, serving a good mentor. I'm jealous. The second is another warlock, his ex-lover, Juno, whom he feels guilty about. They had a conflict in which Alcine was involved, having to choose between the two. He chose Alcine. According to Agathon, there was never real love between him and Juno. First, it was just shared interests, then a growing disconnect and ultimately guilt, which made him feel responsible for her. But maybe it's just excuses. He strikes me as the kind of person who spends most of his time inside his head. Doesn't sound like someone you could have a fulfilling romance with. Dakota, that one time in high school, don't dwell on it. Oh, I really want to know what's Dakota. But I want to hear this one. What's this little nugget? Oh God, Julia, this is not the time to revisit the time you pettily perceive as ground zero for your fucked up mental state. Get on with it. Anyway, oh come on! I want to hear the gossip. I go back up. Last but not least, Agathon's mortal grandmother, Sylvia. She is the light of his life, and the person who took care of him after his parents died in a ritual murder. Not quite what I expected. Her family used to serve a cruel vampire in Mexico City, and it was retribution for their escape. She was the lead. Jemia used to track him down, actually. He was keeping her alive for a long time, but a few months ago, her heart gave up. Agathon blamed his insufficient skills, the kind of man who carries the entire world on his shoulders. Left alone with Alcine, he drowned himself in work and eventually burned out. But it doesn't sound like Sylvia's death was the only event that triggered his depression spiral. There was some kind of incident back in 2019. He doesn't cite specifics. Another thing he was worried about writing down is all vague mentions of a person who made him fly too close to the sun. Okay, I'm guessing that would have been one of the characters we would have played in Cortez, and they're being vague about it because that you get to play 3 different characters in that game. Whatever happened, it had the same effect as his grandma's death. New York stopped feeling like a home to him. It became alien, empty, grotesque. I didn't mean to hit that. His words. I checked the first page. There's a recent photograph of him glued to the inner side of the cover. He's facing away from the camera, only showing his profile and striking a rather dramatic pose. He's a silly little champ, a silly little vamp. At first, it looks kind of posthumous to me. However, upon closer inspection, it seems like a goodbye photo. The final melancholic glance he throws in your direction before disappearing for good. There's also a single black feather. No idea what it means. Some things written next to the photograph with a lot of flourish. It looks like a poem. More than annoyed. Sad. More than sad. Unhappy. More than unhappy. Suffering. More than suffering. Abandoned. More than abandoned, alone in the world. More than alone, exiled. More than exiled, dead. Not bad, not bad. Very dreadful, very melancholic. It could use a little better stanza. Could have a small bit of energy to it. Come on, at least try to tell a little bit of a story. I like a little story in my poetry. Oh, he wasn't done. More than dead, forgotten. The Sedative, 1917, by Marie Laurencin. Oh, that was a real poem? Looks like he wrote it down recently. It might have resonated with his emotional state over the past few months. Most importantly, it seems to confirm his intent with this diary to me. The general idea seems to be his research will outlive him, so he doesn't even detail it. Still, he wants some kind of tangible memory of who he was left for prosperity. But that's not all. There's still a mystery to be solved. Quite a few of the pages towards the end are missing, but it doesn't look like they were necessarily removed to redact information. They were torn off in a way that makes it clear that the paper wasn't even used. What's more, the preceding pages are empty as well. So it's only half filled? Could it be that? That's when it happens again. I noticed a bizarre shape in my peripheral vision. Okay. Oh, there she is. Or it is. Oh. Let me look for her on the screen. I'm standing right. Bleed. I turned to catch a glimpse as fast as possible, but it's already gone. If my heart could beat faster right now, it would be jumping out of my chest. It's discomforting. I've been seeing these apparitions ever since I turned into this. The worst part is, I feel they were always there. Even as a mortal, they were there sometimes in the corner of my eye, disappearing when I tried to look directly at them, making me think it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But when you're a part of the Night Clan... I see. Sorry. There are times they try to... But when you're part of the Night Clan, there are times they don't disappear. There are times they talk. There are times they try to force you to do their bidding. And worst of all... No, I don't want to think about it right now. Still, in my experience, they aren't exactly... I don't know... consciously malevolent. This one in particular was trying to help. I open the book on the first empty page and look around to make sure nobody is staring. Then, I cut myself using a razor I kept in my pocket, just in case. It's not a deep slice. I just want to let a droplet of vitae fall onto the page. Hello, hi. Sorry to see you right there for a second. How are you doing, Mr. Doer? We're playing Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. I'm not playing. We're reading. It's a visual novel. That's when the letters appear. Look at me, a clown. No longer confident that any of my people can be trusted. I turn to a fucking speck. A camellia speck. At that. Reserve contempt. What's up, Hat? A good day or having a good... I'm having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. What are you working for, boy? Laugh at me. Ridicule is all I deserve. Come on, don't just stand there like an idiot. You want to say something, say it. Oh, that was weird. What the hell? Wait, did you forget about me? No, I don't forget about you. Yeah, I remember your name. You're Doer, right? Doer or Dower? Doer. It's Doer. This is the last thing I expected to happen. This diary is haunted. No, it's not haunted. It's probably a spell or something attached to it. Because you forgot to say your... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was... I'm bad with names. I'm bad with people with remembering names. I do remember. I thought it was Doer, Mr. Doer, or Mr. Drewer, Mr. Dower. This is so cool name. Even though my brain has trouble remembering. I've always kind of been like that. Even that's like one thing that hasn't really changed since I was a kid. That I always had trouble remembering names and faces. Like my good buddies I had when I was in college, we don't really talk anymore. It took me like a whole month to fully remember their names and face, for it to be like, for my brain to make those clicks and connections. Damn it, which one was it? Mr. Doer, Mr. Dower, or Mr. Drewer? A series of quickly changing sentences and images composed of shadows and blood gives me a window into another reality. It's not an objective view. It's like scattered remnants of emotions, similar to a half-remembered dream, full of holes, but an honest expression of one's mind. Might it be interacting with me? It's just a hypothesis, but I don't know why else it would show me Callahan. And was that Ellis Island? All right. I'll try to remember. You have to correct me sometimes. You have to reach through the screen and smack me on the head with a ruler. All right, just got fair warning. Right. This time I don't even look in its direction. The voice makes me feel oddly confident about what I need to do. I pick up the feather that was in the diary and dip it in my vitae, my blood. Then I write down. Ooh, which one? Which one? Which one? No? 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 No spanking? I didn't say spanking. I said smack. Smack me upside the head. Yeah, force my brain to work. Compassion, confusion, contempt. Let's try confusion. I understand why you don't agree to see me, old man, but I am confused as to why you agonize about the choice in front of me. Makes you seem weak, neurotic, indecisive. I have my own code of honor, Lick. Not that you understand. Whatever. Let's just get down to business. It doesn't feel like this is the way these events took place. It's more like a way to explore Agathon's emotional truth about the way it all unfolded. In any case, the diary is reacting to me, and some shade of the truth is better than nothing. It's a handy tool. If I use it right, I might find some clues that could aid me in my investigation. There are a few thoughts floating around in my head, like alien entities trying to make their way out. Is that also an effect of the diary's power? Let's try. I'm curious. What is the destiny you see in front of you? There are two paths I see laid in front of me. The first one is freedom, bought with a horrible price. The second one is utter and complete disbandment. I feel like this is rude, but why do you get little views? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It could be a lots of things. It could be a lots of things. VTubers are kind of iffy. You're either really, really good or you get really good views or mediocre views, and sometimes you're very like me, you get very little. It could be the YouTube algorithm being a dick, because whenever I do interview with the vampire or the vampire Lestat videos, those always get pretty good views. It can also just be I might be messing up the algorithm for myself, because I do videos and live streams, which I heard can mess with the algorithm in a way. Like, oh, you do these long form content, then you also do these video content. We don't know who to push you out to. So it could be that. It could be that. I mean, I tried to do some connections and market it myself on X. Let's just call it Twitter. But it never went well. No, I get no interactions. So I just kind of stopped doing it. If you go to my X page, all you'll see me is reposting other people's stuff. So yeah, it could just be bad luck. I mean, I've been getting really better. And huge thanks to that is the Vampire Lestat. Also doing multi-stream. So we're not just streaming on the vertical. On the vertical, like you're probably watching. We're also streaming on the regular YouTube format. We're also streaming on Twitch at the same time. Or Roblox? No. You mean Roblox? No, I do not play Roblox. I do not want to be in. It doesn't look fun to me. It does not look interesting. I prefer games with stories. I am a story man. I want tales. I want tales of excitement and treasure and horror. But I have been getting much better views. Mostly due, like I said, doing the Vampire Lestat videos, and I'm trying to be more consistent with uploading and streaming. So hopefully, I'll find a little bit of a bigger audience, Oh, guess what? What chicken butt? Guess what? But you haven't decided on one of these paths yet. No, but I am afraid that choice might have already been made for me. God damn it. Where are the two of you talking about? Why did you meet? Roblox has all of those? Yeah, on it. Oh, it's also filled with lots and lots of kids. It's also filled with lots and lots of kids. I'm not trying to be mean, but I am a seasoned demon, and I don't really want to kind of do all that. I don't want to really interact with that. And also, I know the Roblox. I don't know them, but I know the people who own Roblox. They are horrible, horrible people, and I do not want to be involved with them. I do not want to be involved with them. I do not want to give them any attention or any money. I know PlayStation is pretty bad too, but at least they're a little bit honest on how they F you over. Endure. Explain. Why did you pick this place to meet anyway? It's secluded, and there's something in the air here that makes all the blood magic go haywire, which is especially important. Because of me? You're so afraid I might be the part of the experiment? No, because of that devil woman. Blood running cold. What? What? All the scribbling disappear, and another set start taking their place? The diary conjures an image of a completely different place. I instantly get a feeling of deja vu. I process the space differently. The atmosphere is different, more familiar, homely, but this is unmistakably the Tremia Chantry I visited earlier tonight. And standing there is just the person I expect. Looks like that's it for my meeting with Callahan. God damn it. But what if the person he was talking about and eliciting a strong emotional reaction from was I'll sing. The diary awaits my next command. Why? When? Who? Ooh, when? Who was it? Who was it? High Regent. Who? Can I give you some tips? Sure, you can give me some tips. I like tips. I like to know little things. What is this naive question? I make it a point to have a few strings attached to me as possible. The few I kept because of the benefits these offer should be painfully obvious to you. I don't feel comfortable being a part of this at all. I always thought we were busy with science, not politics. These are the words of a child, Agathon. Science has always relied on politics, and politics on science. Not like this, High Regent. Don't embarrass me, Agathon. Not like this. The moving scribbling disappears again. I hastily let another drop of blood fall on the page. What appears this time is yet another familiar face. Ah, yes, Agathon. Oh, is it that you wanted to tell me? You goddamn rat. I beg your pardon. The heartbeat vanishes. Yeah, right. As if I could ever gather courage to say this to your face. But the least I can do is try and stab you in the back. The diary ends here. I spill a little more vitae on the page, but it no longer works. I suppose that's it. Still, No idea what happened to Agathon. Is he alive or is he dead? I don't think he made it. He's dead. No doubt about it. There are just too many powerful folks involved, and everything I seen in the diary felt like a noose tightening around his neck. Try and make vids trendy games like Minecraft horror mods. I tried playing a little Minecraft with somebody, with a little boy I babysit sometimes, and I'm going to be honest. To be fair, it was the normal, I guess the normal mode, like where you just build stuff. I found it absolutely boring. I found it so I don't like it. I mean, all love and respect to the people who love it. I'm glad you can love something that I don't, but I didn't find it interesting at all. I didn't. I try to do trendy games when they come out that either I don't have the money or I miss buying it in time. So with Lego Batman, I think I wanted to play that, but I haven't had a chance to just get it, or someone to go out and get it for me. I got the new Resident Evil game, and we were gonna play that, but I got busy, and so we couldn't play. And then after I wasn't busy, I got sick, and we really couldn't play. I choose to believe he's dead because that's the most rational thing to do. Ooh, trait. New trait we got. I suppose Dakota is right. I'm a glass half empty buzzkill. In any case, I think it's time to pay a visit to the art hole. I know Arturo tends to leave the Elysium quite often to take in some fresh air and message people on his BlackBerry. Oh god. Some horror mods include lore. If I can catch Minecraft on a sale where it is very, very cheap, I will consider buying it. But as so it be, I do not want to spend anything more than $5 on that game. I want to play. If I'm going to waste my money on these things, I want to know that I can enjoy it. That's why we play these things. Because they're things I find fun, and I hope you guys find them fun with me. The tactic works. He's surprised to see me. Miss Lewinsky, shouldn't you be busy with your investigation? I am, actually, which is why I've come to see you. That's peculiar because I'm absolutely sure I have nothing to do with this case. Aren't you barking up the wrong tree? That's what I'm here to find out. I assume you want to see I'm thorough? Yes, sure. I suppose it is commendable. What is it then? I have reason to believe that in the last few months, you, the High Regent Alcine, Surbridge, and her child Agathon were involved in a secretive scheme. I play on the PS5. Yes, I play on. I use a PS5, and sometimes I use the computer for certain games on Steam. His expression changes ever so imperceptibly, but the difference is palatable to me. For the first time ever, he looks at me as a person. Up until now, I was just an amusing diversion. Now, I'm something more. And he doesn't like it. What gave you this idea? I'm not at liberty to say. If you really want to know, ask the sheriff. Of course, Quadir doesn't know anything, but he's the only one in the court that Arturo has repeatedly failed to influence. He'll think twice before approaching him. I fail to see how this matter relates to the task at hand. I have every reason to think Baron Callahan was involved, and that he might have had grounds to fear for his life because of said scheme. He's tense now. That's right, because the one ending I got for Cortez, Arturo was, like, he was working with Callahan to kill Langley, because he wanted to do some kind of big uptake on the Carmelia. We are falling back on that. He is a rat. He is a schemer. He's doing power plays. You'll show me the cheapest option? Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. He's tense now. Do I have the upper hand? Miss Sawinski, please answer the question. The delicate matter you are speaking of has absolutely nothing to do with Baron Callahan's grim fate. It's strictly confidential affair. It would be wise of you to stop pursuing it. BRB, okay. It would be wise of you to fuck off. I can't be an investigator if I'm not allowed to properly investigate. This matter is unrelated to your work and should be treated as such. I'm 100% convinced Prince Penhart would agree. If you insist on pursuing it further, we can take it up to the prince and see if her stance differs from mine. But I think you aren't as naive as to waste her time this way. And besides, she certainly want you to present the bias of your discovery to the court. Could you handle it? Sure. Maybe. If bullshit our way through it. I have no response. God damn it. This is his revenge for invoking Qadir, isn't it? I thought so. Is the High Regent inside? She is. But don't worry, I'll make sure to tell her not to waste your precious time, Miss Lewinsky. So that's how you're gonna play it, you bastard. Well, I guess you win this round. A strategic retreat is my only choice here. I don't have a full deck of cards yet, but just you wait in a few nights. I'll take my leave then. Yes, do that. If I may be so blunt, focus on the investigation avenues that are utterly embellic and suicidal to pursue. Miss, I bid you adieu. I curse him out under my breath as he disappears inside the art hole. Guess this avenue really is cut off for me, at least for now. PS5 is cheaper, but it's pretty expensive. It's $19.99. Yes, it's $19.99. That's $20 for a game that I don't like, and I'm probably not gonna play. I need to spend my money in smart ways. That $19.99 could be used for dinner. That $19.99 could be used for something more unique and expensive that's gonna be coming out, or could be used to save to upgrade the computer. Yep, I gotta think smart with my wallet. Besides, most of everything I buy is on sale anyway. I wait for cheap deals. 3 names left on the list. I still have some leads to go by. Besides, that's the regular price you can get for it in, like, at Walmart. That's not a sale. That's like the standard price. But for now, it's getting late. I should go to St. Patrick's and file my latest report. Take a little drink. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it came off that way. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not really mad. I'm playfully scolding. I'm playfully scolding. not really mad. But I'm being serious. I just gotta think smart with your money. Like, for example, I don't really like to leave the house. But when I do leave the house, the only place I want to go is to the movie theater. Because that's one of my favorite places to go. But the movies are too freaking expensive. So I only go to the movies on Tuesday when the tickets are $5. So I can see like a couple of films in one day. Nope, you just gotta think smart with your wallet sometimes. That's all I'm trying to say. I wasn't mad. When I reached the cathedral, Father Leonard is already there. He's not exactly the most punctual person, so I always feel relieved to see him from afar. Trying to move in and move out before I'm noticed by Benoit. Benoit. I forget how you're supposed to pronounce that. Yeah, look it up later. Will this be all? Will this be all? I guess so. I read off most of it in a hurry on the way here. I'll come up with a more exhaustive report tomorrow night. Busy? Looks that way, Father. Our wayward girl has finally been recognized by her superiors. Here we go again. Of course, yeah, just sneak up on me. If even you heard about that, I guess that means every single kindred in the 5 boroughs knows. I know you're an expert when it comes to knowing who sang what and where. But the last time we met, you promised to share that knowledge with me. Yeah. Wait, do you think I can buy a computer with $300? No! No, I wasn't trying... No, I wasn't trying to say that. No. Full set, by the way. Oh, you have a full set? Okay, that's cool. No, I wasn't trying to be smart. I don't explain myself sometimes so good. I'm being honest, I don't explain things so good sometimes. I wasn't trying to be mean. Yeah, I was kind of lying. That's the ninth commandment. Broken. Father, shouldn't you scold her? Don't involve me in your silly games, but no. The way you fall for obvious lies seems from your biggest failings in communication. No, you're asking? You think I can buy a computer with just 300? Technically, you can. You can buy a decent enough laptop and maybe a computer, you know, minus the monitor and stuff, for 300. But, it's going to be very crappy. It's going to be very crappy. It's going to be very basic. It's not going to be what you would need if you're planning on making content online. I got my computer like, how long have I been doing this now? Like 3-4 years ago. And I got a Razer laptop. I thought about getting just getting a good gaming computer, or maybe just building one with a buddy. But I was going to college at the time. I needed to take the laptop with me. So I got a good laptop, and it is a very, very powerful gaming laptop. Where's the specs right here? I can find the specs to tell you. Intel Core i7, NVIDIA, before they decided to sell all their RAM to AI bullshit. It's a very, very strong gaming laptop. If you want to get a laptop, get a good gaming laptop, because not only is it good just to run games on, it's also good when you want to edit videos. So if you are going to use Adobe Premiere Pro or something free like DaVinci Resolve like I do, sorry, a gaming laptop will be able to process all that stuff, process all that programs a lot better than just like a regular work laptop. So yeah, get stuttering. If you want to get a laptop, find a good gaming one. It's going to be very, very expensive. Like at the cheapest, $2,000. Was it 2,000? I forgot. No, I think we spent, was it 1,700 we spent on this? I want to say. No, I think it was just pushing 2,000. I can't remember now. Yeah, it was very, very pricey. It was very pricey. You had to save up a long time for it. And it works pretty good. It's very strong. It runs so many freaking programs. It is a great laptop. Not sure that you can get one just as good as this, because once again, NVIDIA and every other company wants to sell their graphic cards to AI data centers and AI bullshit. So it's going to be pretty hard to find a good, powerful gaming laptop. And it's going to be hard just to buy RAM if you want to build your own computer. So yeah, getting a computer or buying a computer or making a computer is going to be very, very pricey nowadays. Unless the AI bubble pops pretty soon. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it just rolls back a little bit. Not everything AI is bad. Not everything AI is bad. It's just I have no idea why every company is chasing the AI trend when so many people don't like it, and they just shove it down your face like, oh, here you go. Like I heard something earlier today, like, oh, for job interviews, we're going to have an AI chat box do the first round of interviews. No, why would you do that? Why would you have a soulless machine who can only understand what is told and what you feed to it, interview a human being who probably really needs that job because they have a family they need to take care of? It's stupid. It's fucking bullshit. And everyone who's involved with it deserves a good hard kick in the dick. Or vagina. Sorry for that rant. And that is, you only pay attention to the what that's being said and not the how. That's booyah, motherfucker. Suck it. Annihilate it with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. You can record and play that. Okay, that might be good. That might be good. Check the specs and compare. All right, here's what I want. Here's what you need to do. Go to bestbuy.com. Look up laptops. Look at gaming laptops, and set the search bar to find. Set the search bar to the highest price. Take the first 10, and probably you gotta dig a little bit more. So do a lot of research. Select the 10 highest price ones, and compare them to the specs on that laptop. Compare the specs to it, and see how good it compares. See how good. See what kind of upgrade you may need to do. And if you want to do some video editing, look up DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a really good program. There is a free editing software. It is just as good, probably even a little better than Premiere Pro. there are two versions of DaVinci Resolve. One that is free to download, and there is one you have to buy. It's like, I can't remember how much it is, but if you buy that one, it unlocks a lot of features. But the basic free version has so much stuff. I edit all my videos on DaVinci Resolve. Not to say that I don't do a lot of editing anymore. I want to do some more editing, but I use DaVinci Resolve for everything. It is pretty good. See if that can run on that computer. Child, don't make me regret siding with you. I'm sorry, Father. Won't happen again. Especially if you promise to keep verbally destroying that clown. You're in a strange mood tonight, child. Go. Get some sleep. Yes, we'll continue this tomorrow. I'm not showing up here tomorrow. Yes, you are. Stop breaking the 9th commandment. See you around, Julia. He says my name in a sickly, sweet way that gives me the creeps. I bow to Father Leonard, do my best to ignore Bernat, and head for Dakota's place. Finally, my haven. Hey. Another tough night? You don't know the half of it. You want a drink? She points to her neck. I manage to summon a faint smile. I love to, but we can't do this too often. Maybe tomorrow. You want to talk then? Yeah, guess so. Just not about work. Okay? I sit down next to her. Not about work. Got it. What's on your mind then? I have a mouse and a keyboard. All I really need is an HDMI wire. I think it's called that. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. An HDMI monitor. HDMI cables are the basic cable for audio and visuals nowadays. Is all you really need. There are a couple of different versions if you are going for higher quality, like 4K or 8K, which is not necessary. Those are ridiculous unless you have a super nice TV or monitor. Yeah, basic HDMI cable are fine. The basic versions you can find at any store. They're more or less cheap. Monitors are iffy because most monitors are just that. They're simply monitors. They don't. Sometimes you feel like you're paying too much for them, to just be honest. I have a good TV, a nice TV. It's a very big TV. When my dad got a new one, he gave me this old one, and I use that as my. I use that for gaming, and I also use that for the second monitor for the computer, which is pretty easy. You just need to plug in with the HDMI cable, set the computer for dual monitor, and it should work just fine. But yeah, unless you want to splurge for something like OLED or 4K, basic monitor would just be nice to start off with, something cheap. Or if you have an old TV, just use that if possible. The past, I guess. Meaning, how spotty our memories are, and how, despite that, that's what we build our convictions on. Sorry, it's so banal. I'm just tired and frustrated. Well, let's talk about something more specific then. What do you remember about the time we first met? The time we first met? Yeah. Shit. Not a lot, actually. Those were gloomy, anxious days. I think I subconsciously replaced most of them with blank spaces. I remember you trying to paint your hair black. Ouch. Dig up my trauma now, okay? I remember that when we first talked, we talked about Hasu? Don't say Hasu is low-key racist. Wait, what is that? What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say? What did you trick me into saying? What did you just trick me into saying? Hasu? Hasu. Japanese loan word for house. Okay, Hasu. It's not racist. It's just, is that katakana? Wait, which one? I forgot. Which one's katakana? I know the Japanese has 3 different alphabets. There's the first two. And there's the one that's basically to translate foreign words. I'm so bored, but I don't want to leave. Hey, I'm sorry if I'm boring you. But if you want to leave, you're okay. I'm not keeping you hostage. But I appreciate you spending time here, even if it's just for a little bit. Nobody ever knows what you mean by house. That show with the asshole doctor. No, the Japanese haunted house horror film that feels like it was written by a 7-year-old with ADHD. Which one are you talking about? Better not be talking about Ju-on. I'm talking about Ju-on is not for people with ADHD. That is just a slow burn horror. That is such a slow burn dread. In the best way. Okay. Wherever you want to do, I'm okay with that. In the best way. Duh. We were arguing which characters from the movies both of us are. You were Kung Fu, and I ended up as Prof, which was rude. You were dressed up like a total nerd. Not my fault. What was the deal with that suit? I like that suit. Yeah, it was okay. I remember helping you out with the graphic design whenever you needed it. Funny, I remember you needing help with writing as something that tended to happen far more often. Yeah, we developed a fun shared aesthetic with similar surface concerns and bonded us together, even before we made sure we were fully compatible deep down as human beings. Hell, I'm still not sure we are. Especially now, with me not being a human being anymore. But hey, at least we both agree that this bedroom feels super comfy. I remember always feeling left out of your social circles. Always knocking at the door from the outside. Oh, forget it. My social circles were full of out-of-touch, snobby assholes. Yeah, but it felt weird how much they avoided me. And there was that one time with Isabella. All of a sudden, one thing Isabella said at that one party flashes in my mind with startling clarity. After midnight, in that kitchen, without context, she just walked up to me and... She will isolate you. She will suck you dry. She will move on to the next target. That's the only thing she knows. Ugh, don't remind me of Isabella. She always resented me. It's been so long, and it's all baseless. Conjecture now, but what if? What if she really did isolate me on purpose back then? Is this toxic? Is this toxic Yuri? Glass half empty? My ass. Something is off here, and that might be part of it. Can't rule that out, at least. I won't say anything, but it's worth keeping in mind for the future. Being naturally suspicious is a virtue, whatever Dakota says. Let's just carry on as if nothing happened. Yeah, forget Isabella. Let's just drop this talk. I'm frustrated enough. I need rest. I need a reset. Sounds like a good idea. Off to sleep? Yeah. Gotta get ready to go back to hell tomorrow. Alright. Let's get off. Alright. I'll get back to work. You're working remotely again? Yeah. My office is going insane for so many reasons. And I'm getting cabin fever too. Get some sun. It'll be good for you. Look who's talking. Good night, sunshine. Good night. The Vampire Diary. So, I know what you did there. Dig into the past until you get a glimpse of the future. We got any new dictionary terms? Ooh, lick. Anarchs use this informal term instead of kindred, from what I can tell. The Carmelia thinks is vulgar. I don't think I ever heard it at the Elysium. Okay, what are the options when we rest? Are we get options, or are we just going to... No, okay, we're just going back here. A few minutes after I wake up, I see a message slipped under the apartment's front door. Qadir? Yep, looks like he's got a short window to meet me in Queens a few hours from now. Will its point? A single suggestion. Get ready for action. Fine, then. I will. Best way to do it would be to clear my mind. Just walk without thinking. Reset the framework. Some fresh air should do it. Maybe a chance meeting with someone could get me out of this mental rut. Let me look at the world from a different angle for a while and improve my mood. Although, when it comes to improving one's mood, nothing beats some crimson red pouring down my throat. Not to mention, these cigarettes taste best with a full stomach. Let's go. Oh, so what are the feeding options this tonight? Hide and seek for dummies. I'm being tailed. The last thing I need right now is a weirdo stalker following my every step. Did I take this investigation too far down the rabbit hole? That's my table. There's no place like home, and I need a little piece. Big beat burger, here I come. But wait, who is this loon? Oh, I remember. That's the girl. That's the cute psycho girl who I think had a thing for us. Or at least had a thing for... At least had a thing for us when we played the girl character. I can't remember. Oh, well, I think this will be it for tonight. It's getting a little too late, and I tend to get a little too loud right here. We got some new neighbors to the side of us, and I think they're an older couple, so I want to try to be somewhat respectful. I may be a demon, but I'm not an asshole. Unless you cross me, unless you want me to be. If that's what you want me to be, I can do that. Okay, for realsies though, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Forgot what are we doing tomorrow? I forgot now already. Is it Captain Spirit or Yakuza? Let me see. Okay, yeah, tomorrow we are playing Yakuza. And that will start at around 8:30. So hopefully I'll be ready and good for that. Then the rest of the weekend will be filled with Life is Strange Part 2. Or Life is Strange 2. And hopefully that's gonna be really good, because I never played Life is Strange 2. Well, I played the first one, the first part, the Captain Spirit. But that was like almost 10 years ago, so I barely remember it. Not sure what we're gonna do for next weekend for streaming. I have a couple of videos and other projects I need to do, so I might only do like 3 or 4 streams next week. And then I'll probably do another full week of streaming the week after that. Just to, I don't know, just to get some things done. You know, just to try to finish up some games and start some new games I want to play. I do most of my gaming on stream. So I want to finish things. I want to do things. I want to do some new things, some interesting things. Interesting things, I mean horror and novels, visual novels, and there's just other things, you know, you guys know, you know what I'm talking about, I know. Okay, I'm being dumb. I am being stupid. That's my proper nature. I'm gonna go. Thank you all for joining me tonight, even you just stayed for just a little bit. I love you and I super appreciate you. Like I said, I'll be here tomorrow. So in the meantime, have a good night or morning or evening, wherever you may be in this fantastic, horrible, beautiful world. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.